What's up YouTube, this is Naruto340 and like I promised, I am bringing you guys just a deck profile. Well, this one right here is for, if you guys could see it, Yugijadenyusei08. He asked me to build a deck for him that revolved around Yusei's deck pretty much, so the quick draw engine and whatnot. So here is my take on it. He had a budget on it, so it was 40. It first started out as $40 and it jumped to 60. So I try to stay within that range. So obviously you're not going to see solemn warnings and all that good stuff in here because this is a budget deck and this is just a rough skeleton of what a competitive build can look like. Obviously there's still more work to be done, but this is a great jumping off point for Yugijadenyusei08. So sorry it took so long, man, but I was just playtesting this time and time again against the Gladiator deck beasts and just other decks that's gonna be running rampant in this format. I try to make it as competitive as possible, but I did my best, so hopefully you enjoy. Let me just give you a quick rundown of what your deck is going to look like now. Obviously, we're going to need 3 quick draw synchrons, 2 junk synchrons, 2 synchron explorers, 2 doppel warriors, 2 cobalt hedgehog, 2 swift scarecrow, 1 level eater, 1 cyber dragon, 3 dark sea rescue, Sangan, Morphing Jar, Reptilian Vasky, Turbo Synchron, Mirror Force, Call of the Haunted, Torrential, 3 Limit Reverse, Reinforcement of the Army, Allure of Darkness, Foolish Burial, Creature Swap, Mind Control, Mystic, Machine Dupe, Giant Trunade, Dark Hole. Obviously you're going to definitely be getting the real, not these proxies, but Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, and 2 instant fusions. Alright, so let's go over this deck and how this deck pretty much runs. If you know anything about just a quick draw engine and whatnot, you know that you just spam synchro monsters as quickly as possible. And with this lineup, you're always going to be just synchroing at all times. The loop that I like to make is get a, for example, hold on, you're obviously going to need some synchros, so Drill Warrior. What you want to do is bring out Drill Warrior as quickly as possible, have a Synchron Explorer in the graveyard, and whatever card you pitch, and obviously you're going to want a tuner, but that's easily done since you'll already have a tuner for this guy right here. So pitch, bring him back, normal summon him again, and synchro as many times as you need. And the great thing about Synchron Explorer, if you did not know, first of all, he's a 0 attacker, and so he works well with, Reptilian Vasky, and whatnot. So, but he's just a fooder for Reptilian Vasky, and he's great synchro material. He's a level 2, and what he does is he brings back any synchro monster in the graveyard, and you get it has to be a synchron monster though, and its effects are negated. So pretty much you could bring back junk synchron or a quick draw synchron, and if you choose to bring back quick draw synchron, his effects are negated, so you could synchro to summon anything pretty much. And lastly, you could also bring back turbo synchron if you want to go into formula synchron. Alright, some other card choices. Obviously Morphing Jar is there to replenish your hand. It's a level 2, so it's you can use it for a vast majority of synchros. Sangan to bring out quick draw, junk synchron, or synchron explore majority of the time. And yeah, that's the reason for him. Reptilian Vasky, she is used because, as you guys can see, there's a lot of 0 attack monsters. Synchron Explorer, Swift Scarecrow, Cyber Valley, if I don't use it as I just use it as a synchro. Dark Sea Rescues, and Doppel Warriors, just tokens that he, I lied, Doppel Warriors is 400, so we can't use that. But everything else that I did mention you can use, therefore, just special summoning this 2600 beater slash monster removal is amazing. So that's the reason why that card is in there. Now, Doppel Warrior. This card is actually new and just came out, and a lot of people were saying this card is going to be a great card, and it's just like a dandelion pretty much for the quick draw for junk synchron monsters pretty much, because what it does is when you special summon any card from the graveyard, which usually it's going to be Cobalt Hedgehog or the effect that goes off from Junk Synchron. When you bring something back, or it could be Level Eater, but anyways, when you bring something back, you get to special summon this card from your hand. Now it's a level 2, so level 2 plus a level 3, what is that? That's a level 7, you could go into Black Rose, and just all these other things. If you want to make a Junk Warrior, you can also do that. And just whatever you may want to do. But when that happens, and when this card goes to the graveyard as a synchro summon, for use for a synchro summon, you get to special summon 2 level 1 dark warrior type monster in attack position. Now, usually, oftentimes, you'll have this card in your hand plus one other card. You'll pitch whatever card you have to special summon him, and you could use one of the tokens to bring out Drill Warrior, or you could use both to summon out Nitro. I forgot. Turbo. No, Nitro. There we go. Level 7. Yes, I can do math. So Nitro Warrior. So it's pretty awesome how fast this deck could run. Swift Scarecrow is, first of all, it's a machine type, and it's pretty much a battle fader. The thing I like about this card is the fact that it doesn't get removed from play. Battle fader, if you use it, it's gone, and once it's gone, it's pretty much useless to you. But since Swift Scarecrow, you pitch it to the graveyard, and it ends their battle phase. So pretty much, yeah. It just negates the attack, it stalls for one turn to set up your combos, and you can always bring it out with Junk Synchron or whatever you might need. Level Eater, obviously, because when we summon out all these synchro monsters, you get to just special summon from the graveyard, hence bringing more synchro and spamming the field pretty much. Cyber Valley for stall, and fodder for Reptilian Vasky and Synchro Summons. Now, a lot of people don't say, why am I running Dark Sea Rescue? Well, the fact that I'm running the Dark Sea Rescue because 2 reasons. First of all, it's a budget deck. Second, I run Allure, so having more dark type targets, it's always a plus. Besides, yeah, that's just pretty much the reasoning why behind. Tuningware is a great card, but yeah, this is a budget deck, so keep that in mind. Reinforcement of the army, obviously, since Warrior. These are pretty much the 2 targets that I'm looking for, and I need that ASAP in my hand. Limit Reverse, because once again, the more times I can bring cards back from the grave, I can do more synchros, more shenanigans that way. Torrential, Call, and Mirror, just staple cards. Turbo Synchron. Now, if you guys don't know what this card does, a lot of people just overlook this card, but I feel like this card has a lot of potential. Let me just read the effect for you. When this card declares an attack, you can change the attack target to defense position. When you take battle damage while this card is attacking, you can special summon one monster from your hand with attack equal to or less than the battle damage you took. Now, obviously, this card has only 100 attack points. So anything you ram this thing into, you're going to get battle damage. And now, why would anyone want to ram this card into any card? Well, let's say you're pretty much in a lose-lose situation where you don't have, you have some defense monsters, but you don't have enough. For example, you have a Cobalt Hedgehog and a Turbo Synchron. You have a Cobalt Hedgehog, a Turbo Synchron, and let's say a Doppel Warrior in your hand. You can't do anything with this crap. Level 3, there is no level 3 tuners right now. So what you can do is summon out Turbo Synchron, bash into it. Yes, obviously you're going to take some damage, but look at all these monsters' attack points. They're all pretty much less than 1,000. Besides this guy, and that guy. Everyone else is under 1,000, and most of the time you have 0 attack monsters everywhere. So you're going to do more than pretty much 1,000 damage to yourself. Yes, it's risky, but guess what happens? Bam! You just because you took damage, you bring out a monster that has less than the life points you took. Boom! Doppel Warrior or whatever other card. Cobalt, that's 4. Level 5, you could get a Catastor out. There you go. So this opens up a lot of opportunities for you guys. So that's the reason why I run one Turbo Synchron. Besides, I can also use this for Formula Synchron as well. So that's the reason why he is in there. So now let's get on to finish up with the spells. Allure, obviously I run a lot of dark types. That's why it's in here. Foolish Burial, I want to get these guys into the graveyard as quickly as possible. If I have Drill Warrior out, I want to get these guys in the graveyard as quickly as possible so I could just ditch a monster, remove Drill Warrior from play. Next turn comes back, bring back this guy, summon, make more synchros. Creature swap, obviously, since I run a lot of low level monsters, there's going to be times where your opponent is going to have just a beast of a monster out, and you need to either get over it, but most of the time you won't be able to, so we have creature swap to just swap your cards. We do a lot of synchro summoning, so mind control is good. Mystic, obvious. Machine duplication for most of the uses for this card right here. But we can also go into synchros if necessary. So you can bring these guys, or these guys out. Obviously you don't want to use that for this, but whatever. You have to do what you have to do. Giant Trunade to start your OTK, to just one turn kill it. Dark Hole, obvious. Monster Reborn, obvious. Now, the last two, Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion, these are just two examples of two fusion monsters you can use, a level 5 and a level 4. Now, you instant fusion, then you summon one of these two, and there you go. You get to synchro summon for what? If you instant fusion this guy, Flower Wolf, and Junk Synchron, that's a level 8 Stardust Dragon right there. If you have this guy, level 4, level 3, that's a Black Rose Dragon. So there's many opportunities for you guys to use using instant fusion, and there's not been a time where these cards were dead hand. Always there's an opportunity to use with some of the cards up above. Now, what your extra deck could look like is the following. If you want to stick with the Yusei format, Yusei theme, these are all cards that Yusei used, and therefore you can definitely use these as a starting point. Obviously you want to have some of the staples like Black Rose, Colossal, Scrap Dragon, but that's up to you. So yeah, this is the deck, Yugijadenyusei08. I hope you like this deck, man. I worked really hard and I worked out pretty much all the kinks out of this deck. Yes, and for those of you guys who are just coming, left the screen and just coming back here now, this is a budget deck, so that's the reason why you don't see that many high price cards in here. So Yugi Yusei. If you like this, please definitely PM me and we'll trade for it or do whatever we have to do. Alright? Hopefully you like this. Thanks for watching. This is Naruto 340 and I'm out. Peace out, guys.